Welcome back. This is Chili Davis. I'm back to another video. I'd like to welcome back all my subscribers and all my new viewers. This is a channel where we talk about my top stocks and we also talk about crypto from time to time. If you're new, please click my subscribe button and click the notification bell. Well, today is Sunday. We want to go over a few stocks, Nvidia being one of them, since they are the AI juggernaut. And we'll look at Tesla. Tesla is making a comeback. So on Friday, we did have Tesla shares up 5%. We had Palantir Technologies up 4%, and we had SoFi at 1.9%. But Nvidia shares did fall on Friday. If we see here, Nvidia shares fell just a 0.5%. But they did have the GTC conference on last week. Okay. So let's take a look at the news. Okay, here we are on Nvidia's site. As I mentioned, the GTC conference happened on last week, and they talked about the CEO Jensen Huang's intentions. Says here, inspiring over 1,000 um, sessions and 400 exhibits and hands-on training, real-world examples of AI and its benefits. Um, Again, this conference was held on last week, the 17th through the 21st, and Jensen Huang talked about AI and robots and applications for NVIDIA chips. So that was awesome. Um, what's coming, the Blackwell chip, the Rubin chip, all those super products are coming down the pipeline with NVIDIA. And so I actually did a little research here. Uh, Says here, um, charted how NVIDIA makes its 131 billion in revenue. Um, Here's a little quick diagram, and it shows here that 131 billion, 11% is graphics, 89% is compute and networking. Okay, so out of that 131 billion dollars, a lot of it is compute power with those data centers and as such. Okay, so that's Nvidia. I'll leave the link below, the visual capitalist. Uh, and this is the chart for Nvidia's 131 billion in revenue. Also, here on the NVIDIA site, it says data centers for the era of AI reasoning accelerate and deploy full stack infrastructure purpose built for AI factories. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff that Jensen Huang, the CEO, touched in this past week's presentation. But here's a quick definition on AI factories. They are designed to meet the high demand of AI model and creation deployment. Unlike traditional data center, AI factories require specialized components, high-powered GPUs and CPUs. Also, that they're optimized for energy efficiency while accelerating AI inference performance, helping businesses deploy secure, future-ready AI infrastructure. All right, so that's the power of NVIDIA in the data centers. This is very powerful. The new chips that NVIDIA will be releasing in the next few years. Blackwell is in the pipeline, and the Rubin is coming next year. Okay. All right. So that's cloud and data centers, NVIDIA. And now we'll go to the news. All right. So on Friday, well, it is Sunday, so the futures this market is up. It says the Dow futures is up 0.5%. The S&P futures up 0.63%, and Nasdaq is up 0.72. It says here stock futures rise as the S&P looks good for a second winning week. Okay, so S&P 500 index performed over well last week, and that's good news. All right, so this is the news over the weekend. As Binance works toward redemption, CEO says Trump fantastic has been fantastic for crypto. All right. Um, what else do we have? see here. Uh, investors have investors would have been better off buying Berkshire Hathaway shares than the Mag 7 to start 2024. Okay, so Berkshire Hathaway funds are actually being sustainable through the last couple of months. Since the beginning of 2025, Berkshire has been better than the Mag 7, Nvidia, uh, Facebook or Meta, Netflix, and the like, and especially Tesla. But, hey, we never know what the rest of the year holds right now. All right. So that's the news there. We're going into a second week. Hopefully, the S&P 500 stocks can rally again for a third week. And that's the news there. Uh, Also, let's cover my stock portfolio really quickly. Uh, Look at the Schwab. Yeah, we look at Schwab here. Tesla shares were up 5%. For a gain of 585. SoFi was up 1.82. Palantir Technologies up 4%, and Apple shares were up slightly 1.95%. Also, some shuffling around on the executive team for Apple in terms of AI products, Apple's generative AI products and services. There was some shuffling as far as uh, people at the top that will be leading that service. So that's good news for Apple there. Shares rallying. Um, Great information for Apple. Uh, Microsoft shares were up 1.14 on Friday, and SoundHound shares were up slightly 2.8%. Lastly, we'll look at my Robinhood portfolio. When I look at it, it looks like for the last week, we're up slightly 2.29% versus the last week, but we are up 2.29% for the week there. But we're still down overall in the last month due to the talk of Trump tariffs. Also on Friday, Trump did mention there would be some flexibility with the tariffs come April 2nd. So still keep your eye on the news for tariffs and the like. But we did have a positive week last week. Like I said, for the week, we were up 2.29% in the Robinhood portfolio. And of course, or on Friday, we were up as well in the portfolio. But like I said, on Friday, Trump did said there could be some, uh, flexibility. Again, some tariffs will go in effect around April 2nd. All right. Also, the Fed did come out and speak and said there may be another rate cut. So that was this week as well. So two positive uh, aspects this week. Trump saying flexibility, and the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell mentioning there could be some rate cuts coming. So that's the news. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and I hope to see you on my next video.